Good day everyone, I am Rika A. Aguirata, and today I'll be having my teaching demonstration about probability of simple events for junior high school. May I request everyone to please stand for the prayer in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Good morning class! By the way, before you take your seats, kindly arrange your chairs properly and pick up some trashes if there are any. Very good, you may now settle down. Anyway class, how are you today? Are you all feeling good? Did you eat your breakfast? That's great. So by the way, let me check your attendance first. Kindly count off. Wow, very good. Everyone is present today. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for that. Anyway class, before we go on to our new topic this morning, anyone who could give a recap about what we discussed last meeting? Yes, Sarah? Very good. So do you have any questions regarding that one? None? Good. Now this time class, before we go on to our proper discussion to our new topic this morning, let's have a short activity first. Will that be okay? Good. So this activity is actually called Spell Bow. Please listen carefully. I'm going to divide the class into two groups, and for each group you have to select your representative who will do the honor to spell the words that I will be giving using his or her elbows. Okay, and the rest of the members will have to guess the word. Is it clear? Okay, representatives for each group, please proceed here in front. Thank you so much for your active participation, class. How did you find the activity? Was it fun? Great. So actually, class, all those terms that I've given to you earlier are all related, obviously, to probability. Okay, so I have a question, by the way. What other words best associate with the idea of probability aside from those words I've given to you earlier? Yes, Giselle? Thank you so much for that idea. Another question. How would you explain the interrelation of these terms? Yes, Jessie? Great. Thank you so much again for that idea. So actually, class, all those terms that I've given to you earlier are all related to our new topic this morning. And that is all about probability of simple events. But first, let us define what probability is and what simple event is. Anyone who can share his idea about probability? Yes, Victor? That's great. So just like what Mr. Victor said, probability is the measure of how likely an event is to occur. So the more likely an event is to occur, the higher its probability. And the less likely an event is to occur, the lower its probability. Gets? Okay, very good. Now let us define simple event this time. When we say simple event, it is an event which has a single outcome. It's already understandable, right? So this is actually basic and probability. So anyway, do you have any questions regarding these definitions? None? Now let's proceed to the formula in solving for the probability of a simple event. Okay, kindly look at the board carefully. Here is the formula. So the probability of simple event is equal to the number of favorable outcomes over the total number of possible outcomes. So for us to better understand this one, let's try here some examples. Okay, let's have here number 1. Can you look at the board? Okay, in tossing a coin, the probability of getting ahead is 1/2. Why 1/2 is the answer? Okay, so class, when you're going to toss a coin, obviously the outcomes there are how many? 2. Very good, that is head and tail. And since we're looking for the probability of getting ahead, so the number of favorable outcome for that one is 1. Very good. So you're going to write this one as your numerator. And then the number of all possible outcomes, again, how many? 2. Very good. And so the probability of getting ahead when you're going to toss a coin is 1/2. Questions? Clarifications? So far, so good? Very good. Now let's have another example. This one. Can you read? Thank you so much. So anyone who could explain why we come up with this answer? Yes, Hassan Sean. Thank you so much for the great idea. You're correct. So, class, in rolling a die, how many outcomes are there? Obviously, there are 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. Now, we're looking for the probability of having an even number. So, based from those outcomes, the even numbers there are how many? There are 3. That's 2, 4, and 6, right? So, the number of favorable outcomes of that one is 3. And the number of all possible outcomes again is what? 6. Very good. But is 3/6 the final answer? No. Okay, reminder class, you have to simplify your answer into lowest term, okay? So the answer for that one, it's not 3/6, but it's 1/2. Is it clear? Do you have any questions regarding the one? Do you have any questions about the definitions, the formulas, and so with the examples? None? Okay, so this time class, let's practice, okay? Let us apply your understanding about this one. Okay, so I have prepared here 5 problems for you to solve, and for each problem, I'm giving you 10 seconds to solve it, and you have to write your solutions on your notebook. Is it clear? Okay, down to our final item. Please look at the board carefully. Okay, timer starts now. Time's up. So what is the answer? Okay, 20/45. Is it already the final answer? Again, you have to simplify. Very good. So what is the final answer for this last item? Yes? Very good. That is 4/9. Okay, so I've noticed that most of you got all the answers correctly. So this time class, let's have your assessment. By the way, this is a group activity. Okay, please listen attentively for the mechanics. I will divide the class into 5 groups, and for each group, you'll be provided with a small board and a marker. And then the members of each group will have to work together in order to, of course, solve the problem, because I'll be stating the problem orally. And then I will only give you 5 seconds to solve each problem. And for each problem, it is equivalent to 5 points. And right after 5 seconds, of course, the timer will ring, and that is the time that you're going to raise your board with your answers. Is it clear? So I've prepared here 10 problems for you to solve. And then obviously, as I've said, for each problem, you're given 5 points if you get the correct answer. So the highest point that you have to attain is 50 points. Alright, so let's start. Okay, group number 1, by the way, please proceed here. Group number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, please now settle down. Alright, let's start. Number 1. A die has sides that are numbered 1 to 6. If the cube is thrown once, what is the probability of rolling a 3? Timer starts now. Time's up. Please raise your board. Alright, so the correct answer is 1/6. Okay, congratulations groups 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for getting the correct answer. And down to our last item. Please listen. If one letter is chosen at random from the word Redeemer, what is the probability that the letter chosen will be an E? Again, if one letter is chosen at random from the word Redeemer, what is the probability that the letter chosen will be an E? Okay, timer starts now. Time's up. Please raise your board. Okay, the correct answer is 1/2. Okay, groups 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 again got the correct answer. Very good. Okay, so based from our tally class, congratulations to groups 1, 2, 4, and 5 for getting a perfect score. Very good. And congratulations as well for group number 3 for getting 45 points. Still very good. Okay, so I guess you already know now how to solve for the probability of simple events, right? Is it easy? Good. Okay, this time, by the way, please go back to your proper seats now, and please listen carefully for the, of course, prayer assignment. Here, list down 5 situations from your own experiences wherein you wondered for a probability of a certain event. And for each situation, you have to create a mathematical problem of it and solve its probability. And you have to write this one on your notebook. Is it clear? Okay, so for your criteria, here is it. For representation of data, that's 20 points. Computation, 20 points. Neatness, 10 points for a total of 50 points. Clear? Okay, so by the way, before we end this meeting, let me just share to you a quote from Grace Jane Gian. Here, chance of success were never counted from the amount of luck you have in your life. It's from the choices you make each and every day by giving your best in everything. So anyone who could share about this quote? Yes, Joe? Okay, thank you so much for that idea. So for me, class, this is actually can be related to probability. Why? We see chances, it's all about probability. So the probability of attaining success in life does not necessarily depend on luck. Rather, it depends on our everyday conscious effort and everything that we do in order to attain our goals, our dreams in life. Okay, let's call it a day. Please all stand for the prayer.